This is a horror game with potentially disturbing content. It is likely to contain surreal horror, death, time lapses, stabbings, blood, bad wallpaper, the occasional clown depicted on bad wallpaper. Sorry, Cass. Gaslighting, murder, ghosts, more time lapses, automats, and marionettes. Viewer discretion is advised. Deception is a right. Truth is a privilege. Innocence is a luxury. Knowledge is death. Oh, I'm so sorry. Before we go any further, thank you to Epidemic Sound, who do all the music. The music reminded me, all the music and all the sounds that we feature here tonight. We can't do anything without these cool, super amazing sound effects that we use. And also to our other sponsors, Soul Muppet Publishing, makers of Orbital Blues, and other great what are they called? TTRPGs. And our new sponsor, HydraCrit, serious hydration for serious TTRPG players. Last time, tasked by Abigail Wright, a woman who went missing 20 years ago, 30 years ago, to find, quote, the hotel, the author, his bottle, and thereby travel to the place of Carcosa. MCell has checked out of reality and has checked into the Hotel Broad Albin, theoretically in New York City. And they've realized bit by bit that time is no longer a concept they can depend on. They soon discovered that their lives now consisted of jumps and loops in time, where whatever urges drove them during their old lives are still pushing them around to do the same habits on repeat over and over until something jostles them loose. And speaking of which, they met Dexter McDonald, a former Delta Green agent from the original case who had been in his own record groove until the arrival of MCell broke him loose. I also saw faces that we, as viewers, have met before, like Mark Rourke, who apparently kidnapped Mystical Nicholas, or Weekend at Bernie'd him, Emmeline Fitzroy, the author of A World Without Doors, and Bob Robert, among others. Million took this opportunity to push at the boundaries of this new reality, trying to figure out what death actually means here, and if she could get tired of murdering the same person over and over, no matter how much she hates him. All the while, and I think she kind of knows this, that there are things here that are worse than death. And so even if our agents can't die in the Broad Albin, I'm not sure they want to test that theory. But I'll tell you what's better than death: proper hydration. And that's why everyone at Lost Caravan drinks HydraCrit, the only beverages that give you the essential nutrition and electrolytes you need to roll natural 20 after natural 20, unless you're playing Delta Green, in which case you roll a double-digit under. So Million killed Asadera Bondi over and over, until finally he begged her to instead help him and to, quote, kill his dreams. He would only tell the agents of MCell that his aunt was in the ballroom deep below the basement apartments of the Broad Albin, drew them a little picture, and he told them he needed them to destroy her and bring back whatever they found inside her. And in exchange, he would help them find someone who could guide them to the Whisper Labyrinth and to the bottle or bottles that they're looking for. Although it's unclear as of yet what these bottles are, or what opening them does, or whether it's a good idea. But the best idea is opening a bottle of HydraCrit, because you get all the hydration you need in hundreds of different flavors. Remember, like the King in Yellow says, try Hydra today and find yourself inside the bottle. It is some point Maybe you've fallen back into these loops again. Maybe you have managed to break loose. Maybe you're just thirsty for some Hydra crit. Don't forget to save 20% by putting in the code VillainPoint on their website and saving on your first package sent to you wherever you are. That's Hydra crit. But you have this assignment of a sort to go into the levels below. Now it says employees only on the door in the lobby. But there's got to be something better than just doing the same things over and over like it's Groundhog Day. We are in the dining room, let's say, just as we left last time. You're all there. What do you do?
I apply for a job.
Okay. Who do you speak to?
Well, if we're trying to go into the room that says employees only, it only makes sense that at least one of us even sees if it's possible, just to mess with the daily ins and outs of time.
Sure, none of you tried to open the door as far as you know. Okay.
This is like regular D&D where we just sit there and we're like, do we open the door? The door seems suspicious. Like, do we like knock first? Do we have a riddle? Overthinking it. I apply for a job.
Okay. So, if you were in the Hotel Broad Albin and you apply for a job, where do you go?
Well, I think the first place to start would be with Elmer at the front desk. He'd probably at least be able to point me in the right direction if there is one to be pointed in.
Okay. So you go across the lobby. Elmer is there again. The last you saw him, he was pulling himself away, excusing himself. He had to use the bathroom.
So I think I stabbed him.
You stabbed him through the hand.
No, that was the first time.
Oh, that's the first time.
Many times since then have happened, I believe.
At least twice that I stabbed him.
Probably.
I don't know if it's been more. I mean, it might have been more.
I'm asking you this, Jen. How many does it feel like?
You know what? I'm going to actually roll a die on that. See how I feel. I'm gonna roll a D100.
Go for it.
80 times.
Yep, that sounds about right.
How it feel.
And Lonnie, as you approach, Elmer looks back at you. He's got no sign of injury. He is his typical permanently grinning, sweaty-faced self, looking both wrinkly, young, ancient. And he sees and he says, "Hello, Miss Griffin Myers."
Hey, Elmer.
You don't have him. He looks behind you. Miss Johnson's not with you, is she?
No, you're safe for today.
Oh, of course I feel safe. Why would it not? Can you give her a message for me, please?
Sure.
She has been causing a little bit of fuss with some of the residents, and she won't be getting any more meal tokens until that's resolved.
Was she stabbed this time?
I'll take your pick. Mr. Darabondi is quite clearly terrified of her. She did stab me a few times.
All of you seem okay.
That's so nice of you to say. How can I help you?
She'll kind of like straighten her blazer. Say,
Oh, just don't mind the dogs. They're just running around upstairs.
oh, I didn't even notice them. I would like to apply for a job, or you know, at the very least, take over. You know, I could help out for you if you need to excuse yourself, as you seem to need to.
Do I excuse myself that often?
It's hard to tell.
Yes,
Time's a little strange here, as you know.
He looks you like up and down. He's sizing you up almost. And he's like, Right. Do you have a reference?
Your pick. Probably know all of them.
What about Dr. McDonald? He's a longtime resident. He could vouch for you.
I could ask. I'd have to make sure. I'd have to verify.
Well,
with my reference.
it's all right. It's not urgent. I need to make sure we have a uniform in your size. Well, I can think of one thing that you could help with. We have a few different issues. One of them is we are short on ratters.
For what?
Ratters. People who are
Ratters.
ratters. People who are willing to get into the air ducts. You're awfully small. You could probably
Oh,
squeeze inside and place poison for
I
the
will
rats at
say
their nests.
I thought you said writer at first, which
Oh
is
no, we've got
definitely
plenty of
much
riders.
more
We have Miss Fitzroy,
appealing.
we have Dr. McDonald.
Well, I was gonna say he would be an excellent reference for me if I could get him to give me a reference for writing.
Yes, I suppose that's true, but has he ever done any work killing rats before?
I'd have to ask.
Oh, all right. Well, if you're willing, I could get you a uniform, have you start right away, and we could send you over to see Charlie. Charlie could show you the place to go, but
Thought you needed a reference.
yes, we do. We definitely do. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What's 5 years?
All right. Good, you're hired. Great. I'll just put Dr. McDonald. I'll just put his name on your application. You don't need to ask him. We don't need to bring this up with him unless you want.
I'd appreciate if we, he's probably gotten people much bigger jobs than me helping you kill rats for fun.
Of course, he was writing a book for a long time. I don't know whatever came of that, but him and his friend, the other author fella, I don't see them together at all anymore.
He, like in real life, or is that something he would have met?
How
here?
soon can you start?
Give me an undisclosed amount of time to just get my head wrapped around
Perfect.
killing rats.
I'll be here. Well, actually, I'm going to be in the restroom. You'll have to excuse me. Turns around, walks through the bat wing doors behind.
Does
the desk.
anyone come in when he leaves? Like, does anyone take over his job when he leaves?
There are a few. There's always a few bellhops coming and going, but nobody like slides in behind the desk. No.
What would happen if I did?
That's a question that I can't answer. Only you can.
Unless
answer
I
that
said,
by doing it.
I go behind the desk.
Mhm.
And you explode. And you die.
End of game.
Yep.
No, I'm not gonna say
The
that.
end game for
Roll
me.
Roll credits.
Yellow King's back there, huddled on.
Nope.
Oh.
The end of the game for
Oh,
all
you
of
got
us.
me. You got me, says the Yellow King.
Mhm.
Oh,
Tell
you
me.
win.
I would have got away with
All right,
it too.
I'm it.
Mm.
You
Tag, you're it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of look around. I see if anyone would even like bat an eye if I kind of like made a motion to kind of put my hand on the counter and start walking around the side of it.
Make me an alertness check.
Okay.
Or search if you want to just sort of scan the room, or human, or whatever you'd like. Of those.
Ooh, 62 for search. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
62. And what'd you roll?
Uh-huh. An 88.
Humble.
Mm-hmm.
That is a critical failure.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yep.
you slide in behind the desk. There's the king in yellow. No, that would be pretty bad. But you slide behind the desk, and you just feel the air leave the room, and these stern glances. You look around, and some of the bellhops are looking at you, and then you turn around, and for the first time, you look like through those doors behind the desk, because up until now, like you've seen Elmer disappear in there. That's about it. But here behind the desk, like I said, there's this series. There's these two like swinging double doors, and you can smell the smell of like alcoholic drinks. And as you look back there, you realize it's some sort of a lounge or some kind, or like employee break room, something like that. It goes as like sort of a narrow hallway stretching back, and it has this idea of kind of like a back bar. There are the ceiling's kind of high, but there's like little like tables with magazines and books and newspapers on them. There's this narrow shelf at like a person's midsection height that circles the entire room, and there's this long rug back there, this burgundy that has like, even you're not in the room and you can like smell the age of this rug.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this fan, this metal fan spinning slowly as the room is filled with cigarette smoke. Make me a search check for this room, as long as you're turning away from all the judging glances.
A 4.
That's a critical success. Not a critical, but it's really good. It's really good.
I'll take it.
You did really good, Lonnie, is what we're all
A
saying.
pretty good success.
It's a successful success.
That's the kind I like.
You sort of like the doors just a little bit, and you sort of look up and down this rug, and you notice that in the middle there's a lump in the center of the rug. There's no
What
other people in there. There's no
size?
employees in there at the moment.
But there was cigarette smoke,
There is.
Well,
and there's a lump in the rug. What size lump? From this,
From this vantage point,
yeah.
hard to tell.
Like,
Smaller than a bread box.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was. The meter of.
As with all of us, you
Not
compare
sure I
everything
was-
to the size of a bread box. Yeah.
I think my eyes linger on the lump in the rug for a minute, and then I kind of shake out of it and realize I should probably. I don't know. I've never actually figured out how long, if time existed, that is, how long Elmer usually was gone for. So,
Yeah. You just gotta sort of count. Keep time. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes, unless.
I don't want to put that idea in your head. I'm just saying you were just wondering how long he goes away for.
I mean, I'm thinking I'll probably get out from behind the counter and then kind of watch from a place where I'm not also being watched.
Yeah, you turn
But
around.
still
and
count. Yeah.
you turn around, you let the doors close, and you turn around, and there's like a bellhop just like right up there behind you,
Nice.
just standing there.
Hello.
And he's like, "Guests are not permitted behind the registration desk.
Oh,
This
it's
area is
okay.
employees only."
That's okay. That's okay. I am the new Ratter. It's nice to meet you.
You're our new ratter.
Well, I asked Elmer to give me some time just to mentally
Uh-huh.
prepare.
Mr.
And-
Lozette, where is he now?
He had to excuse
Elmer.
himself for a second.
Right. Wait here. And he like sort of like pushes past you. And he goes into that break room. He pushes it past you in kind of a rough way, disrespectful way.
I make myself as
goes-
solid as possible when I see him start trying to move towards me.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's do a check here. Let's just do
Oh, jeez.
an opposed like athletics or something check. What skill do you think you're going to use? Do you want to use dodge? Or, you're not dodging. You're trying to
Not
stand your
dodging.
ground,
I'm
right?
trying to not dodge. I'm trying to significantly.
I would take athletics. I would also take unarmed combat if you've got anything there.
I somehow have more unarmed combat than I do athletics.
Okay.
So
yes,
I failed.
your unarmed combat's not bad. Okay, you failed. Let's see how he does. I'm just gonna roll a d100. We're gonna say he's got a 40. He's probably not as good as you by a little bit. So here's a d100 for him.
He knocks me over.
He does knock you over because he rolled a 1, so that's definitely a critical success. And you go like falling back, and you like smack your head on that counter that's running the midsection of the room on your way down. And for a second, you see stars, and as he doesn't stop to check on you, he pushes past. And as you look up, you realize you're looking at the wallpaper, and it's the first time you've noticed this peeling wallpaper. It's this gold-flecked design of a clown dragging a kite behind it. Looks like a dragon. How about just a wee sanity check? Just a low one.
Okay.
How's your sanity right now? It's been pretty rough.
Ooh, it was a 33 and I rolled a 64.
Okay, I want to tell you this here. I have been trying to keep track of sanity and whatnot. By my count, you're okay. Like you're not at your breaking point, right? So you're going to take just 1 point of sanity unless you want to project it somehow.
1 point I can manage. If it was more than that, I'd have to see if I exploded.
Yeah, I think that because I think you gave the right response, which is you see this fucking clown again. You're like, mm-hmm.
I got knocked over by a bellboy and then saw.
As you sort of
clown.
like tilt your head up and you look back at this bellboy, he has pulled up the rug, and under the rug there is apparently a trap door or like something like that, and he like pulls it up, and he sticks his head down into it like he's saying something down into the floor. Now you've seen other people recently in trap doors, using them all the time. So how do you react? What's going through Mayday's head?
First of all, that somebody else can see them other than me, because usually I have to point them out to somebody. But also, I think my next instinct, because of a little bit of because of the hurt to my sanity and the hurt to my ego, and also just not having planned on getting caught in here, I think my next instinct is he's telling something to someone, I'm gone.
Okay, so you get back up then? Okay.
Get back up.
Back out.
I think I'll be more open to start looking for these trapdoors in different places now that I've seen one here, because I haven't really seen one since the one in the police, the interrogation room.
Yeah.
But
when you needed it most, when you were trapped, that's when you found it. But yeah, you leave him there. Where do you go from there?
I skedaddle back onto my room.
The rest of you are all together, I think, in the dining room. What are you doing over there?
Sorry, did you say we can see the employees only door?
Yes, there is a door that is basically beneath there's 2 staircases in the lobby going up, and like underneath them, like on the side, there's a door that says employees only.
Oh,
see employees coming and going.
I'm gonna watch Mayday go up and apply for a job and get a side quest. I'm gonna try to open the door.
Okay. You walk up to the door. Are you applying any sort of skill to this? Or are you just gonna balls to the wall?
I just turn the handle and push.
Okay. So you approach this door, and like before, it says, employees only.
Mm-hmm.
You reach out and you touch the handle, and it opens. There's a stairwell leading down.
Well, that was fucking easy.
Well, I mean, Asa came out of that door earlier, so... And his hands were wet. Actually, why were your hands wet?
Pardon?
Why were your hands wet?
Hands. He looks at them as if he's seeing his own hands for the first time.
Did you drown another person down there? Is that what you were doing?
Another? Maybe the first? Maybe... It's hard to say. Possibly.
Either way.
Maybe I just watched them.
Yeah, some reason I don't believe that when it comes to you. Anyhow, he came through the door earlier, so I mean, I figured we were just going to go through it anyways.
People come and go all the time. Employees, guests. Sometimes there's a bit of conflict. But if you're going to kill my dreams, that's the place to go.
Oh, fantastic.
But you shouldn't. You need to be prepared. I'm not sure what you'll find.
Well, we're all packing something, so I suppose we're good.
Packing? Yes. Do you mean like a suitcase?
Yeah, sure, like a suitcase.
Alright, I'll go grab Mayday. And I'll...
Mayday is like heading over to the elevator, and Mayday's just like opened it up, and Charlie's inside. Miss Griffin Myers, nice to see you. 6th floor. Going up.
Whoa, Mayday! I'll grab her by the blazer.
Miss Johnson, that's very dangerous. Put your hand in when I'm closing the grate. We don't want you to lose a finger.
Sorry, Charlie.
It's not a problem. You're such a nice woman. The
You're
two
a nice
of you,
guy.
and he takes both of your hands, and his hands are kind of clammy, and he grabs both of your hands. He's like, the two of you are so nice. You've got to come over for dinner. You're welcome at my apartment anytime. I'll make you something delicious.
We'll take you up on that later.
You can bring Dr. McDonald. You're all
Absolutely,
welcome.
Charlie.
Alright, but I need Mayday here. Where were you going?
6th floor!
Why are you going up to our rooms?
I'm gonna step away from where Charlie can interject from the conversation.
Where are you going?
Well, I ran into my friend. I'm gonna join. I don't need to go up to the 6th floor. I was gonna look
It's
for my
time
friend
for my
anyway.
break. I'll come with you. He closes the elevator door and starts following.
Have we ever
You
seen?
can leave?
Have we ever seen the elevator be unmanned before?
No.
Damn.
What are you two talking about?
Well, you know what? Actually, Charlie, this is perfect. You're on break right now.
Yes,
I want to
it's
meet
my-
your beautiful wife.
Oh, she's so beautiful. I don't know where she is, but she's probably at home. I can't
Let's
remember the
go.
last time I went on break.
Well, you're on break right now. Let's go. I point towards the staff-only door.
All right, he takes both of your hands again. Tightly grabbing at the both, and he says, come along, and he starts walking over towards the employees-only door. Maltese, Dexter. So you just see this happening?
We're really touchy-feely in this place.
Walks over to the door, he opens
You
it
call
up.
it?
I'm sorry.
All
Mr.
right.
Fornetti, do you want to come over to my house? My apartment?
I mean, I got some things to do. I gotta kill some dreams.
My wife makes a delicious sauce. It's very good. I don't know if that's what she's making tonight. Maybe.
Once
I've
I kill,
spoken to her today.
honestly, if I can kill some dreams first, maybe, because we got some things to do. I say to the group, in order to...
You kill some dreams. You'll have time. You've got all the time you need to kill dreams.
Got a
Come
point.
over here. Come here, Mr. Fornetti. Come here. He gets uncomfortably close to you.
No, Tommy, Thomas, Tom, Tim. Can I talk to you?
Yeah, please, as long as you stand.
Yeah, great.
This
Let's go to
distance,
the
and I'm
automat.
gonna,
Come on.
like,
Come on.
move
All
Now,
right, there
are
we
they
go.
gonna come with us? Are they coming with us?
Yeah, in a sec, Charles.
I don't know
I
how
guess
long
they're-
our break is gonna last. I'm not allowed to be on break for that long.
Charlie. Every time you speak, an angel loses its wings and I die inside. So please shut the fuck up.
McDonald's doctor, you're so funny. You're such a
I
funny
know, I'm
man.
hilarious. I
Remember,
just
you
wish-
gave me a copy of your book. It was such a funny book. I loved it so much.
I take
I
offense.
took
to
it
that,
home.
man.
I keep it by my bed, on my dresser.
I would trade the rest of eternity for you to stop speaking right now, Charlie. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
I understand. Some people tell me I talk too much. I'm too friendly. And
Tom, I
I
need to
don't
talk.
know
I need to talk to Charlie. I need to talk to Tommy. You
He picks his
entertain.
nose.
Please entertain the ladies. I need to talk to Mr. Frenetti. Okay, great, good.
Yeah, you
All right,
talk to
bye
Mr.
bye.
Frenetti.
Yep, walking away now.
What are you
Yeah, here we
staying
go.
here for? Go on.
Here we go. No, walking away. Tommy, Tommy.
Yeah, what's up?
I have been here a very long time, and things run together. Sometimes things happen that I think are new, and then I find out later on I've done them before. That's happened a few times since you've been here X number of months, days, years, what have you.
Yeah, what's up?
But I'm telling you, right now, I am confident, and I know this in just the way that you just know things, that whatever's happening right now is different.
I mean,
This hasn't happened before.
new is good though, right?
I don't know if that's true.
I think if you'll let me just like as an illustration of this, while he says that, you hear Charlie talking to Mayday and Million in the background going, "Can't remember the last time I had a break."
Well, Charlie, you work hard. You deserve it.
I deserve a break.
You deserve a break, and you deserve to see your beautiful
That was
wife.
background noise. Go on.
I'll be honest, before Charlie said something to that effect, I wasn't really here. I don't know if you've experienced this yet, maybe you have, but when you're here for a long time, you tend to just kind of drift in and out of lucidity. And I really wasn't. I don't even know how I got here, honestly. When's the last time I saw Amelia? Have you met Amelia?
I have no idea. Well, wait. Is Amelia the little
Yeah,
girl?
you have no idea.
Yeah, no.
Tommy, roll me a power check.
Okay.
See if you can will that memory up.
What do I
Wish you
got?
nothing but the best.
Nope.
What do we do?
Oh, baby.
96 over
You haven't
60.
you have the slightest, and it's not that you don't remember Amelia, it's you have no idea if you've ever met Amelia. You may have.
Yeah, I honestly,
Listen, it's getting to you. It's. I don't know how long it's been happening, but it's happening to you like it's happened to me. Okay, you're. I don't know what this place is. I don't understand it, but I think that the longer you're here, you kind of become part of it. You kind of slowly merge with it, not in a sexual way. In a
like Davy
you become
Jones,
what?
like Pirates of the
Wait.
Caribbean.
You got to remember, I left your version of reality in like 1995, so I've heard tell of this Pirates of the Caribbean. It sounds actually pretty good. in like a trash popcorn flick sort of way. I might actually enjoy it. But let's just say the answer to your question is yes, because I think it makes sense to you as a metaphor, and that is helpful. So, yes, you be like Davy Jones, you become part of this place.
Oof.
And I think under that metaphor, I would be... Tell me if this is right. Bootstrap Bill?
Yeah. Except you're not the core. Yeah, you're not the coral guy with his whole brains leaking out, and except the brains is coral. Yeah, you still got some. Hey,
I haven't seen... People talk... Weirdly, there's a lot of talk of Pirates of the Caribbean in the Hotel Brunel, but I don't know why.
it's a good movie. It's a good
Okay,
movie.
well,
The
if we
Dead
have
Man's
back reality,
Chest.
you-
I mean, yeah.
Dead Man's Chest? What about, like, a...
No. You know, like yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. 15-minute Dead Man's. Have
a
you?
chest containing a dead man?
You were a kid at some point. I don't know. Frankly, you kind of feel like you were hatched, but like.
I like to think that I came into the world mostly intellectually formed.
Oh,
but yes,
okay. Yeah, so like you must have read a pirate book at some point. That's what they say. It's part of the. It's a title. We're getting off base here. We gotta go down there and kill an architect's dreams, which I'm very familiar with.
Killing architects' dreams is something you're familiar with?
I'm a fireman.
That is very clever for you.
Hey, I ain't so dumb.
That's... I think either the hotel or I'm rubbing off on you. Anyway, this is different, Thomas. This is something new is happening, and that's honestly very exciting. So I think... I don't know if it's bad, I don't know if it's good, but it's different, and here, different doesn't happen very often, and different is... Well, it makes all the difference. Okay, I'm losing my poetry here. I think we should go, but not to Charlie's house. We're not, no matter what the fuck he says, we are not having dinner with his wife.
You're gonna have to convince the ladies about that part, because there's no fucking way I am eating sauce right now. I'm not sure what I've been eating for the past few however longs, but like I have never felt so empty and so full, and I don't think food would help that.
This is gonna be a weird question, so just brace yourself for being a moment, but... Have you had sex since you've been here?
Pretty sure I've just been asking people questions about how to get to the basement. Turns out I was just opening the door, but you know.
Wow, you're really not taking advantage of, like, the good parts of being here. Have you killed anybody?
Does everyone in this hotel have fucking psychopathic tendencies? I say just like openly. And
Someone's slitting someone's throat, like, behind
Yeah,
them.
someone
pretty much.
someone currently has a corkscrew that they're driving into somebody's ear.
Holy fuck.
I'm staring daggers at Asa Darabandi.
Oh, Ace is gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Very convenient.
All right.
Wait, so we
To answer
could
your
hit
question,
100 kills so quickly here and not have any
Oh,
remorse
yeah.
about it.
Oh, I'm barely
Yeah.
certain I'm up to 300 by now, at least.
Well, Million might be chasing after Magnolia's record on her own.
All right.
No, I
well,
killed Darabandi. Or maybe I have.
You shot
Okay.
him on last week's episode.
You said that
I
you
did shoot
said
him.
no.
Did I kill him?
No,
you
you
shot a
shot
different
somebody. You shot somebody else. You shot the
Someone
1780s guy, but you did
Oh, yeah.
graphically explained how killing Asa using
I
the
did
elevator
throw him down an
shaft.
elevator shaft. Yes, I did throw Asa Darabandi down. No, but hey, it's all part of the roleplay. He forgot that until just now. Oh yeah, I did throw him down an elevator shaft.
all right. You know what? The sooner we get out of here, the better. So that starts with bottles, and ends with us finding the girl and
JC Linz. That just came to me. JC Linz. JC Linz. JC Linz. JC Linz. I'm gonna keep saying it till you respond. JC Linz.
JC.
Okay.
JC.
JC
What are you
Lens.
talking about?
Like JC Penny? Or
Oh, hi. So, oh, here, Thomas,
You're not
come.
being quiet.
JC Lins.
What are you talking about Mr. Linz for?
No one is talking to you, Charlie.
Well, what? You just said
It's,
my name. Who is Dr. McDonald?
Wait,
You
what?
said nobody's talking to me, Charlie, but you said my name. My name is Charlie. So you're
Oh, you're not
talking to
JC
me.
Lins, though.
No, Mr. Linz was your friend who you were writing a book with.
Yes! Yes! That!
I
I
haven't
was
seen
writing a
him in a
book.
long time, I think.
I was writing
Okay.
a book.
And
And it was about what's behind that door.
Yes, all you would do would sit. I'm sorry, you're not talking to me. I'm sorry.
No, wait, Charlie, now you have permission to speak. Where's my book?
No, you have to go. My
Charlie,
break is over.
Charlie, I
He starts
swear to God.
hobbling back toward the elevator.
wait, Charlie, we're supposed to go meet your wife.
Oh, you want to meet my wife? You should
Yeah,
come
come
over
on, let's
for
go.
dinner.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna start actually
Come
going
on,
into the door.
everyone. He goes over. He says, "My shift is over. Let's all go." He walks over toward
Shift
the door.
is over. What do you mean
Yes,
your shift is never over?
Time to
It
clock
is right
off.
now. Let's go.
He opens the door to the basements.
And I'll
and
follow after
enters.
him.
I'm gonna look at Dexter, heave the iron stuff. Just keep it on my back at this point now. You still got your gun on you?
I inexplicably have this really cool dagger.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It's like really sharp.
Let's
There's a non-zero chance I kill Charlie before this is.
I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Turk. It's totally up to you. I think that if you're in a loop, Tommy has been carrying weapons with him in that big bag all the time.
Got a whole magnolia just in that
Just-
thing.
He like swings up on his shoulder and then turns. Oh, if I had this duffel full of. Oh.
Oh my word, that is a lot of armaments.
He's got that dog in him.
Got that Glock on me. Watch my 9mm go bang.
No, listen, hold on. I need to hold on to this thought before I lose it.
Yeah.
I wrote a book about this.
All
I
right.
wrote a book about it. Maybe before we go in there, we should. At some point, I knew something about what's in there.
I mean, would your buddy be down there? Because he was doing research or something?
He left. Where did he go? He was here and he left.
Do you want to check for this? I think.
Sure, yeah, do like a power.
Do you want to roll intelligence, or I don't know if you can argue something else? If you've got like a trait, like an art skill in writing, or if you've got something in
Okay.
that nature, maybe
Well,
that would
so
apply.
you know,
here.
this is one of those let's just have fun with dramatic ironing things because
Absolutely, yeah.
I
So I
know.
want to know if you want. Yeah, you do. I'm wondering if Mythic would be like trying to remember, or if you want to.
Yeah, no, I think he's actually he's pushing for it. Let's not do POW because boy is he bad at that. Did you say art?
think we've got
Shockingly,
some
he's bad
sort
at
of
that.
Okay. Nothing in the.
Uh,
You're kidding. He has no formal training in writing.
No, but I'll tell you what, he does have training in
Just got
What's that?
just got lucky.
history.
History would work. Sure, it's his personal history, but yeah, again, of course, all the skills that he has in history are garbage now that he's in the Broad Albin because history
True,
doesn't
yeah.
exist.
History is
But also,
stupid,
you're
not
here
real, but-
with historical figures, so it's a success.
38
Um,
under 60 success.
The reason that this applies is that you remember speaking with this fellow JC Lins. I'm gonna put his picture on Roll20 just so y'all can get a look at him.
Is this work by hat guy?
Justin gave me
um,
this great document weeks ago, and he's finally probably happy that I'm mentioning things that he
Oh,
prohibited.
Colin, you have over the past several episodes, you have earned my trust with Mythic so much that you can do no wrong, baby.
Work by hat.
So oh wait, that's not him. No, that's not the right one. No,
Say it's
Justin.
Who is
someone else.
that?
No, that's someone else. Don't worry about it. You've never met him.
Undo.
and never will. Here's JC Lins. So the reason that this comes up to you is because J.C. Linz, you remember, in the conversations you had, you remember that he lived, well, when he was in the other reality, he was basically, he lived in the 1930s or so. And so you remember just having differences of discussion, and were you talking about esoteric things and the art of writing and that sort of stuff, and how it's changed over the years. And you were working on this book together, and then you remember he was going down to do research. He kept going down. He never came back one day.
And what about that other part? Because someone once told me where he went.
Go ahead, and if you remember that, you remember it.
I think that's part, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody told me.
And I think it was Elmer. I want to say it was Elmer.
Might have been. Elmer, you remember now, knows a lot about a lot of people.
It was
He
Elmer.
won't give it to people who keep stabbing him, and also he will cut off your meal tokens, which are worthless since you never eat.
I have never stabbed Elmer any time that I can remember. So he left. He was a writer. I'd never met him. I never met him out there, you know, in the, I don't know, is calling it reality feels so false now, but the sort of dream, I guess, that all of us came from, albeit at different time periods. And he was this man from the 20s, 30s? Older, he
And
dressed.
He was born around the turn of the century, so he was active in the 30s. Yeah.
Yeah. Good writer, from what I recall.
He specialized in weird fiction for a long time. Sort of like,
Get a load of that.
got that sort of Lovecraft sort of vibe.
Yeah, I liked what he did. There was a grain of truth in all of it. Kind of like my work, I guess, except my work was literally true. So maybe his was too, now that I think about it. But we were going to write this thing together about what is down below, about the labyrinth beneath the hotel. And the bottles? Something about the bottles. And then one day he went down there and he didn't come back. And I asked Elmer where he was, and he said that he left for the, what word did he use? For the continent. That he left for the continent. Does that mean anything to you?
It's that old movies, no. Like,
Surely not Europe.
no. Anytime anyone says they're leaving for the continent, they always meant like Africa, something.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's historically it's this vague term of not here,
Yeah.
far away where I can't be reached.
It's like if they're talking about America or something, it's like, oh, I'm going to the New World or something, and the continent though.
You could press Elmer for more information on what that means entirely, but you're not sure you'll get an answer. And also, Charlie is standing there this whole time.
Charlie, I swear to God.
I thought you were coming over.
I've already gone into the basement.
But we.
Yeah,
What?
he's waiting for everyone, all of his friends.
All right. Look, Dex. We're running out of folks here. Maybe a book's downstairs, and maybe some more will come to you as you remember.
I just hope I don't remember something important too late when we're already in there.
Find
You
a
really
wa-
haven't met Amelia?
I don't know. Maybe I'm really bad with faces and names and time now. It's a growing concern for me as a person.
Maybe she went to the continent too.
No, jeez, I hope not. Two people go to the continent together, they're usually going to end up in some kind of dangerous situation that forces them together, even if they are opposites. No.
You watch a lot of movies, huh?
I love movies.
Yeah. Maybe
You ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh, I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Where's
Do
all
not
the
bond
rum?
with him.
Who drank all the rum?
Why is the
Remember
rum
that
always
part?
gone? Why is the rum?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
you.
line.
I could go for some rum.
I've
Yeah,
got some
well-
in my apartment. Come on!
We're gonna find some bottles anyway.
He leads you over to the stairs.
Be strong, Dexy. Public relations is half the battle.
I'm going to.
He leads you over to the stairs that lead down. And as you all enter the stairwell, that metal door slams shut behind you. It's a clang. And you're in this stairwell with like concrete walls and flickering light bulbs every dozen feet or so. And there's a long handrail down one side, and Charlie has it. He's just excruciatingly slow, hobbling down the stairs. I forget how much I miss the elevators. Until I
Been
get
away
into
from
a
an elevator for
stairwell.
5 fucking minutes, Charlie.
I'm a very old man, I think.
So if he's holding onto the railing, he's not holding onto my hand and leading me anymore, correct?
He's got somebody's hand.
Not mine.
Nope.
It's mine,
Congratulations, Million.
Mine.
He is taking you with him. He's not exactly pulling you because he struggles with these stairs, but he's like, "Come on, gorgeous. We're taking
Alright.
you over for some rum."
I try to fall back and fall in line with Maltese. And kind
Fall
of
in line with Maltese.
fall. I kind of try to match his pace and then try to like slow the pace even more, slower than it already is, to kind of fall back just the tiniest bit.
I think you'd be better off leading. Charlie's so
I don't know. Are the stairs like really, or like, do they go on for a while, or they're like, there's no turns where I could get like lost or
At
anything?
this rate,
or
they
Charlie
fucking
could-
do.
Okay.
Make me an alertness or a search, just to get a
Okay.
perspective on that.
I'm gonna do a search, even though I already failed at it once today. 46. Oh, under 60. 2. So,
As
math.
far as you can see, they go down. It is disorienting. But for what you can see for now, because apparently there's like, you see the lights, but then the further it goes, like, you can't see, is there a turn up there? Is there a landing? There's no clear, what's the word I'm looking for here? End point, right?
Okay. So,
Terminus.
if I go ahead and still try to keep in line with Maltese, that would be fine, and we can
Got plenty of
walk
time
a
for that.
normal pace. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very casual pace. Charlie will eventually sort of pick up really settle into a groove as you all start going. He's going maybe like a step every 3 seconds. It's crazy.
He's doing like the side step thing where he's like kind of sideways, so he can do
Uh-huh.
1 foot and then the next and 1
The
foot.
whole way down, he's talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, it's a shame that I'm going to be distracting Maltese from that. I'm sure
But-
he'd love that conversation.
The really important question is this Million's first time ever hearing about this movie?
Heard of it, never
Okay.
seen it.
He's telling you the whole plot.
Yeah, Maple never actually watched the movies. So,
Dexter's eyes go wide as he realizes that it was Charlie who told him about Pirates of the Caribbean before.
Absolutely.
Oh no, it was Charlie talking at him for days.
I'm enraptured by this telling of this movie. I'm being like,
That's why
can't
he
believe
knows
the
who
old bag
Lieutenant
didn't
Will
watch
is.
them. Can't believe the old bag didn't watch these movies when they came out.
You're a lot like Bootstrap Bill, my favorite character. Every character is his
In the
favorite character.
sequel, there was a man with an octopus face.
Here's my favorite character.
I don't remember the character's name. I called him Octopus.
I'm going to throw myself down this flight of stairs.
You know what? It's the quickest way down, honestly.
You keep going. Is there a reason that Mayday wanted to be by Maltese?
I am fully aware of the concept of stairways being echoey, but as quietly as possible. I want to even like lean in. I think he's taller than me, but like still as close as I can. And do you remember the voice recorder that I got from the San Magina house?
I remember you mentioning it, yeah.
It mentioned something about bottles. I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's something like some way that someone is stored, or there was a lot of talk of mirrors and glasses and like bottles, and I think it was the kid's voice at the time, but he was talking about getting someone back from them. Do you think that's what's in the labyrinth?
I mean, weren't we told to go into the labyrinth to find our bottles to keep moving forward and all that?
I don't think so.
Not what Abby said.
I think there's others down there.
There's the... Oh, wait. What is it?
I realized I was the only person that might have had recollection of the tapes and bottles.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking through my notes. Of course, I read
My
all that,
thing
so I can
was
control
the bottle thing for me was that when I showed up, I said that we have to go to the Whisper Labyrinth at the Hotel Broad Albin. In there's the author's bottle and JC Lynn's. I forgot. JC Lynn needs the bottle.
Yeah, we're just looking for the author's bottle.
Now, there's this underlying question. Do you all have bottles down there? Feels like you might. Do you want to know what's in them? That's a difficult question.
By the way, alright, so these bottles down here, they're connected with... Well, everyone at the Mooney House is talking about finding their bottle as well. Some of them were, at least. Get invitations to parties and all this. It's like... someone gets stuck here until they're not, you know? Something shifts or they get something and then they move on.
is that how we finally stop being a character in a play and go back to being people?
We think you're a character in a play?
She kind of just looks at you incredulously, like you haven't noticed.
Who would watch us on a play?
Turk says to the screen.
So
Who
like,
would watch us?
It's all just a game!
no.
Here we are, says
Liminal
Charlie.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
And you all,
Where's
realize
Liminal
that-
Jeff when you need him?
You realize that the stairwell has ended unexpectedly. Maybe you didn't see it coming. There was a turn here, turn there, and all of a sudden you are in a long, narrow passage that appears to be from like the ceiling, walls, floor to be a perfect square in construction. All along the sides are these doors, which apparently must lead to filing cabinet-like apartments. The other thing you notice is that every once in a while, you hear the ceiling just and creak and groan. And you realize that you're right below the lobby. You must be, There's people moving around, and it's just this constant noise of shakes and rattles every few minutes as people drop things like bodies, suitcases,
Do we have
as the
that
life of the hotel
same?
goes on.
Do we have that same in like that same feeling in our hotel room?
Of being below the lobby?
Just like noticing a lot of sounds from floors above.
No, not really. In the rooms upstairs, they're boring. Almost as if they were designed for you not to spend time there. But they're not noisy or anything. This is unpleasant. It is lower class. And as you look down, you notice that there's a few apartments that appear to be well, there's people outside them coming and going. You hear a dog
A few
upstairs
dogs.
as a throwback to season 1. Thank you, May, for that guest appearance. But you see people. You see there's one apartment a short ways down with a woman, apparently in her like 40s, Caucasian, hair up in a bun, dressed in a bellhop uniform, but that has like sweat stains all around the pits, and she is basically like coming into one of these apartments. And then across from her, across this hallway, there's another apartment where 2 people are seated in cheap, old-style lawn chairs, smoking cigarettes and reading a newspaper, and you recognize one of them to be Elmer, the clerk. And next to him is a woman who is enormous in girth, who is just sort of like, she's very sedentary, like is just sort of there smoking her cigarette. And she, as much as Elmer looks like he has no discernible age, she seems older than him. And they're seated there together, and they haven't seen you yet. Charlie is taking you over to one of the doors now, enthusiastically and slowly.
Yeah,
Right over here, this is all the employee apartments. Your
Hey,
muffled music.
Charlie.
Yes,
Where's this theater that the marionettes are at?
the theater. Oh, that's down below in one of the other basements. This is where all the employees live. Over here. It's Mr. Lozette and his wife over there, Elmer. It's Mrs. Harris you saw down there. Over there's one of the bellboys. And like you can hear coming from some of the apartments just like muffled music, kind of similar in tone to like the old-time music you heard upstairs. And every once in a while shouts of vulgarity, like people are in a fight or something inside these places. Just that one over there. That one's a double. But mine's not a double. Come on. And he leads you over to a door. Opens it. Holds it open for you.
You know, you can just book it if you want.
I want to know why you want to do this.
Oh, I don't want to. I just don't care.
You really have passed me on the highway going the other direction, haven't you?
Listen, you said that time doesn't matter, which clearly it doesn't. I've killed Asa Darabandi who knows how many times at this point. So, and not to mention out of the rest of you guys, I don't know if I'm ever going to leave this place anyhow, so...
Oh, that's fucking cheery.
Realistically, let's say you guys get back to whatever reality you originally came from, right? What's my place in all this?
Whatever you want it to be. I don't know. I'm not fucking shrink.
Well, no, I mean, like, do I exist in that universe? I showed up in this one, which was apparently not your original place.
If you can jump forward, I see no reason why you can't jump back. You could walk through a door and be in 1950 and live the rest of your life. Totally
I have
within
no
the realm of
idea.
possibility.
Speaking of doors, Charlie is standing there holding the door with the patience of an elevator operator, smiling at all of you. The apartment beyond appears to be dark. The lights aren't on.
You know, Charlie,
Charlie, I'm
I'm
not going into your creepy dark apartment.
Why?
Turn the light on at least. Jesus.
I think the adjectives answered your question.
Like, oh, all right. Yeah, and he fumbles around the corner, looking for the light switch. Finds it, flicks it on. And inside is this small, humble apartment that has like a bed, has a couch, no bathroom, no kitchen. But all along the wall, from floor to ceiling, front to back, are dolls. Lined up, hanging from metal hooks on the wall.
Nope. Now, guess what? Actually, you know
Actually, fuck that.
When you
Yeah.
say hanging from metal hooks, do you mean like a little display hook, or do you mean like
Meat
like,
hook.
stuck in there somewhere?
what?
Like
We.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. These
Yeah, that's what I was
dolls.
thinking.
I'm
We
just-
Texas Chainsaw.
Display hooks. They are
Display hooks,
lovingly
okay.
on display.
Okay, that is better at least.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm sorry, but I can't go in there.
I thought, hold on, I got to see if my wife made dinner.
I'm not
Come
seeing.
on, everyone. And he goes inside.
I'm not seeing
Wait,
no
wait,
where
window.
is she?
Even if his wife exists.
I'm gonna walk away now.
Is there a kitchen area that we saw? Like not in the apartment,
No.
but like is there like a communal cooking area
Oh,
for all the
you don't know.
apartments?
You're not sure. Not in the apartment, no.
And he's looking for her in.
He is looking for her, but is scanning the walls up and down. And he slowly reaches out and picks up a doll. And this doll looks like a little old man in a sweater with big glasses. And he says, "No, that's Mr. Castaigne." And he puts him back.
Oh,
And he picks
wait.
up another
Sorry.
doll.
I just thought of something for you, Colin. Maybe you should ask him about JC Lynn.
He would be an excellent source of information. You wanna ask him
But
questions?
that may be true.
He reaches
may
out and
be
he
true.
takes another doll, picks it up, and it's this doll appears to be a woman. These dolls have like yarn keeping the limbs together so they're movable. But this one is like of a girl in a dress, like a blue dress with a cat mask on. That's not there. Goes to the next one. He picks it up, and it's a man in army fatigues with round glasses.
Sorry, how the
It's
fuck did
Bradley. It's him back.
I'm gonna go and grab that one off the wall.
You go in.
Yeah.
You go into the apartment.
I go to the apartment with gusto. And
You walk up to that one, and it's a simple doll, but it's clearly a representation of Bradley Ethan Barnes III.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes next to that one, and he takes one of a woman. He's like, "Here she is. This is my wife." He says, "I don't remember when I saw her last. It's been a very long time. It's so strange." And as you look around the room, you see representations of other people you've met and seen. There's Barbas, your agent, your handler from last season. There's Dr. Richard F. Dallin in a little coat and glasses. There's The first one he picked up, you don't know, but Dexter is the night manager. There are people here who are upstairs. He says, "This is her. I'm so glad you could come over. Usually when people come, they have pickaxes and ropes, and they just keep on moving down the hall, down lower. Nobody stops. And here, I'll find something to eat." And he starts milling around.
Right, why they have pickaxes and ropes?
There's a maze. I've never been there, but there's a maze.
Right.
They bring. I don't know if it's like need the lights with the little helmets, the lanterns.
Charlie. What's with the dolls, bud?
Oh, Mr. Fornetti, the dolls. They're my life's work.
Okay, yeah, but like, what do they do? They just
Here. He turns around, and he hands you one that has suspenders and fireman's pants, but no shirts on it. And he says, "It's Mr. March. That's for you."
I was literally gonna ask if we were here. That's my answer.
He turns around to Thelma and says, "Have you seen the puppets yet?"
Which ones? The ones here or the ones?
No. And he points up. And you look up to realize that there are tracks in the ceiling.
That's the same in our hotel room area as well, right?
That's the same as you've seen in the hotel room. Some of you might have seen it in the lobby. And he reaches out and he, like, not in his usual grasping manner, but in a gentle way, he takes your hand and he pats it and he says, "They're hanging from the strings. You'll see them soon." And I think we're going to take our break there.
Okay.
Stab him.
Do I want to see them, Charlie? Do I want to see them?
We're gonna have to. We're heading towards them.
Horrors unknown,
He
Charlie.
does.
Horrors
Turk-
unknown.
Turkey does give Tommy the Mr. March doll,
Mm-hmm.
so add that to your equipment.
Of course, yeah. I'll have it.
Keep the Bradley. You didn't keep the Bradley doll.
I also
It's
have
fine.
I also have the Bradley doll, if that was allowed. I did go.
Somebody's
and grab
starting a
that one.
collection.
Are they gonna?
No,
Yeah.
nothing
We're
more can
gonna-
happen to that.
We're Turk's on his calling. We're gonna take a short little break and bio break and food and stuff like that, and then we'll be right back to see how much creepier we can get and how much deeper we can go.
I hate him so much.
Oh, I love him because he is pitiable and horrible. So let's push that line and see what
I'm not
happens.
even role playing with this fucking guy. I hate
No, you're not.
so much.
All right.
Stay
It
tuned.
was all
We'll be
me,
right
baby.
back after this. Welcome back. Charlie's apartment underneath the Hotel Broad Albin,
Hate it.
where those of the members of MCell that have ventured inside have found wall-to-wall dolls about this big, many of whom are familiar, although they are carved roughly out of wood with crappy faces drawn on in ballpoint pen. I can only imagine that Mr. March has a mustache that looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
Can we kill this
It's
guy now?
weird, but Charlie seems very passionate about them. He seems very into these dolls and excited to share them. But just before we left, he did ask Mayday, he asked Thelma, about the if she'd seen the puppets. And he's not talking about the dolls. He's talking about the puppets that run around on strings in the ceiling, and assured her, "Don't worry, you'll see them soon." But Charlie turns on, pulls out a pot out of nowhere, and he says, "Who's hungry?" Goes and he grabs some bowls, stacks them up on a little table, and opens this pot. There is kind of a gray liquid stew of some kind inside. Quite sure where it came from, but he starts dishing it out. "Dr. McDonald, are you raising your hand because you're hungry?"
Looks through the door. He's still outside. Looks through
Yep.
the door. looks at Charlie holding the pot, looks at Million and Mayday, or rather, excuse me, looks at Maltese and Mayday like, what the fuck are you doing? And then turns to Million and says, do you want to do anything other than be in there right now?
You know what I want to do is follow one of these tracks.
Sure,
Which
let's
one?
do that.
There's so many. There's tricks everywhere. I thought
Stop
you wanted
talking,
to
Charlie.
go to the ballroom.
Do you know
And
the
if
way
you
to
don't
the...
want to know
I
where
do
the
wanna-
ballroom is, I won't tell you. It's fine.
I bet
No,
you
I
I
do wanna
Charlie.
know.
Maybe after dinner. He starts
Oh my
searching
Cha-
god.
again.
Well, let's follow a track. Come on, let's follow a track. Let's go, Million.
No, you can't go.
It's oh, hey,
I
Charlie.
already served up the stew for everyone.
Out of
It's just me
curiosity,
here.
Now,
did
what do you mean?
he
I'm right.
Have his wife doll like be near the pot that like did he like do the acting
She's
of like
pot
her
adjacent.
cooking or something? Okay. Okay.
He takes a bowl of stew and he holds it out at no one in particular.
I'll
No one in particular takes it.
I'll grab it.
Oh, okay.
There you are, Mr. Fournette. I'll get you a spoon. Hold on, I'll be right back. My spoons are in the back. He starts walking toward the back of the apartment
Oh, there's a
very
back.
slowly. Well, there's a back. It's one room, but he's walking toward the back, and he says, "It's so nice to have visitors. Nobody ever comes anymore. I'll tell you all of the things you want to know about the ballroom after we eat."
Damn it.
You see, he's dangling things that are interesting, but we have to suffer his presence in order to learn them, and I don't think that's fair.
Well,
He
So-
shrugs and goes like,
I'm sorry. You have somewhere.
what?
Such a bad idea.
You have somewhere else to be. I thought like time was
Yes.
meaningless and this was all a play production or whatever. I don't know.
you know what? Despite everything, and as laissez-faire as I can be, that room is still fucking creepy as shit. I don't want to be in it.
Speaking of which, anybody who's in the room,
Yeah.
not Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else who's inside who said, I do want a sanity check, just because you see people you know. And not only people that you've met throughout the course of this investigation, Marianne, you see people that you know from where you grew up. Like,
Well, I'm not in the room. I'm outside in the hallway.
Okay.
I didn't go in.
Don't roll.
No.
Don't roll nothing for nothing.
Builds. Oh, by
Yeah.
one.
You sure did. You do have 2 hero points in the hopper.
Could I use a
You're welcome
hero
to
point
use.
to drop my score by 1 hero point? Or do we only do rerolls? Real fast.
I don't think we have any -1 because there is a reward for that using channel points, and I don't see it in the chat. And so I'm
Oh
reluctant to
no!
say-
Oh no! Look again at the
Oh, there's
chat.
one. Oh,
I
yes, you
altered
can.
I altered.
We also have two.
Maltese, you
We also have
saved.
2 hydrates.
Also-
Thank you.
Yes,
Oh.
I already hydrated once, so just hydrate once
I
more.
forgot to refill my water, so get fucked.
Oh no!
Thanks, Hydra Crit.
I changed reality.
Not the hydro crit again.
Hydra Crit, like the monster.
Uh
Yep.
huh. Even
No
worse. Anyway, I'm fine.
Yep, you're fine. 1 point of sanity loss
Oh no,
for you,
my sanity.
Michael. Roll me
Michael?
a d4, Lonnie, unless you want to spend that other hero point.
Does
I
Michael
don't
have
want
to
to
lose?
spend the other hero point, but I don't want to take the sanity loss either.
Take the hero
It's tough.
point.
Can I project from the basement of the Broad Albin?
This is a question you have not confronted yet, because in your loops you have tried to contact your bonds with no success. How do you project when you are no longer in the same reality as those other people?
Is there anybody? Okay, I'm
Can I
gonna
make a
hate the
suggestion about
answer to
that?
this question so
Colin
much.
has a suggestion. Oh, sorry,
And the
Lonnie. go ahead.
projection
Well,
Anyone.
about how to resolve this. I just
Okay.
Yeah.
how to resolve it. Can projecting onto a bond where you can't reach out to them and reality is forfeit means that you forget them?
It would take
That
your
they
score to
split from
0.
your-
Or
It would ruin that bond
Okay.
permanently.
can you
So-
hate a puppet?
Ooh, can you project onto the
That's what
basement?
my therapist says. Yes.
I was gonna ask. So basically, my question that I'm very afraid to ask is: do any of the dolls on the wall look like any of my bonds?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Do you want to roll me that search roll? And find out.
Really? But
And then fucking
Maybe you'll
stay-
fail and you won't
would
be able to
that
find
wait?
it.
Would that give me even worse of a sanity level?
I think if you take the time during what is sure to be an interminably long party at Charlie's apartment
Oh my god.
to look over these dolls, you will sooner or later find someone very important to you. Probably more than one.
Okay. And because that means that a version of them is in the room with me, could I project that way?
I think that's tough to say yes to. Because part of projection is damaging your relationship with another person. And if they're not here to be damaged.
I would say,
At least
like I
it's
said,
at least it's good they're not like voodoo dolls.
but
Sure.
like damaging can be wholly one-sided, right?
One-sided,
Where you
true.
grow a disdain for them, or forget them, or
I
find
think that
yourself growing in hatred.
I think we let the dice decide.
Okay.
So, does that sound good if we roll like a luck check? And if you're successful, you can project onto a doll. If not, it just you can't feel it. Like it doesn't.
I've got money on the pot for Lonnie's marriage getting ruined, so go ahead.
So then Magnolia can come back from the dead and squirm.
Okay,
just
I
worm his
succeed.
way in there.
Yep.
You could, by your own reckoning, emote to one of these dolls that looks like who?
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
But I
You're just
want
waiting
to
for
see it
Mystical
play
Nicholas
out.
to come back.
And I also want to say that if you take 2 or more sanity loss, you know what's going to happen.
That's true.
Wait,
And
I
we all
also
want to
have
see you punch Charlie.
I have a juicy idea.
We
What
all
if
choose the ideas.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
It's got, how
I-
can we
I
fuck each
have-
other up?
I have a me juicy idea, okay? I'm juicy right now. Okay? My
Yeah, you are.
juicy idea is
Yeah, you are.
what
Say more.
if you project, but what it is that you, instead of decreasing a bond as is, you project it onto somebody else. So you get an unhealthy obsession about another person in the party. You replace part of the bond.
I would only say yes to that if one of the possibilities is Charlie.
Okay, well, what
I
are the
would say-
possibilities?
That
but
might be
doesn't
too-
You want to try to
mean-
do that, you roll a d4, and if it's a
Oh,
4,
no.
which is the highest, then you form a bond with Guido, Charlie, and Tanucci.
It's not worth it. Ignore me. I'm not that juicy.
And you are friends forever.
No, that's a fate worse than
Oh.
death.
That's worse. Don't do it. I'm sorry. for
There's
bringing
only
this
a
in the world.
25% chance, but it's a
That's
very
a-
scary 25% chance.
That's a big 25.
No, project
That's
onto the
a
doll. You're
hefty-
fine. You
Well,
Okay.
one thing at a
Low
time. We need to
25.
roll a d4 to see how much sanity you lose.
Yeah.
If it's
Okay.
a 2 or higher,
One step at a time.
Okay. It's a
it's
3.
Ah ha ha ha!
So, you lose 3 sanity points. Would you like to project? Or do you want to go into a violent outburst or anger?
You could wreck all these dolls, it'd be great.
So earlier I said I had a terrible idea and I was gonna literally slap
Are we
the bowl
making
of
Lonnie
soup
a
onto
worse
the floor.
person in this game?
Are we though? Really? Like, are we making? Or is this always here?
I'm not taking the sanity loss just because I'm at 32, but one of my ideas literally was to slap the soup onto the floor and be
Yes.
like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like dinner's over. Darn."
That feels like more like a distraction than a legitimate explosive outburst.
Well,
True.
I guess I'd have to actually be like, "We don't want your soup."
Fuck your stew.
Fuck your stew!
Fuck your gray
Charlie.
fucking weirdo.
I see my husband on the wall.
Yep.
boy.
There's Sam.
And
He is wearing a little fake drawn-on T-shirt that has a duck on it.
Put it on my belt.
not so much though. I think that's adorable.
Says put it on my bill.
No one said it was going to be easy. You see him there. What does Thelma feel when she sees this?
I I see him there, and even though all of these dolls are like pencil drawn on, you know, like very loose ideas of people, it just still looks so much like him. It's undeniably so. And in this situation, it's not comforting. I think she's literally just sitting there staring, and just like, of course his is just the, you know,
Of course.
figures. It's the one that looks exactly like him. It's the one that looks probably perfect. It looks exactly. It's somehow it's like exactly how I
might be the
remember his
best one.
face right now.
Yeah.
Um.
So, so we're gonna roll to project,
Mhm.
right? So roll me another d4. You were gonna subtract this from his bond.
Oh, I thought it was the 3 that I was gonna.
Nope, the 3 is your sanity loss.
Oh, I
Right.
lose 3
So
and.
if you roll a d4, your bond loses that many. You reduce that 3 by that many, and you lose that many willpower points.
That's the part that we
Okay.
weren't doing in the beginning and then realized we were doing wrong.
1,
Okay.
2. You are
So I take-
still going
Still
towards
power
an
outburst.
explosion.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So I'm taking.
You lose 2
I-
sanity points.
I lost 2 sanity points.
Your bond with Sam goes down by 2.
Okay.
You
And
lose 2 willpower points,
willpower.
as it's exhausting to see it here, and it just all hits you at once. And you feel this explosion of anger coming on.
What do
In the past,
oh my
people
God.
have been able to talk you down.
Do I always? Don't I have to roll something?
You tell me. Look it up. Look up your intermittent explosive disorder rules in the handbook.
Sure. Got the big book.
I already had it out.
Meanwhile, while you look that up,
Intermittent explosive
Charlie's back
disorder.
with spoons.
It's just losing 2 plus sand in any single roll triggers an acute episode.
Okay.
There it is. There is a mechanic in there that someone with psychoanalysis can talk you down.
Oh yeah.
I honestly don't think that anyone is going to try to talk me down from what's about
It was
to happen.
Nicholas last time, wasn't it? Maybe
It was Nicholas last
Million.
time.
Okay.
I
Million and
don't
Nicholas
think
together
anyone's
teamwork.
about to talk me down
Nope.
from what's about to happen. So
Let's
Ride it
have
out,
it.
baby.
Charlie's back with spoons. He's holding them up like this.
she's
2 in
sitting
each
there
hand. Well,
staring
1,
at
3,
the
1,
wall.
2.
So he only has 4?
No, he has 3. He has 5. He has 1 for him as well. He's holding it up towards you. It's close. He's always uncomfortably close.
I think she is looking up at the wall, up at the doll, and then all of a sudden he's standing so close that she kind of does that thing where she just puts her head back and almost looks at him like cross-eyed, of like adjusting from looking far away to close.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly
He's shorter
this-
than you.
she,
Looking up.
how close am I to the soup right now?
To the soup, there's a bowl of soup in your hands.
When did that happen?
You don't know.
Great question.
I
Terrifying
stared
answer.
directly in his eyes.
You
And I dropped
toss the soup.
Oh, can I just put the soup on
What do you
his
do in
head?
his eyes?
No, I didn't say anything in his
Oh, I
eyes.
didn't hear that part. Go ahead. I thought you were throwing the soup in his eyes.
No. I was gonna drop it on the floor. Oh, I was staring into his eyes. I'm gonna put the soup on his head. I'm literally gonna like
Dump it.
invert bowl dump. Not even just pour, like literally like bowl on head with soup.
Yep.
Just trickling
just-
down.
Right, and he has such a little old man pinhead. The bowl almost fits over the top of it, and it starts. He goes, it's hot. It's burning and burning. And he like drops the spoons, and he starts like walking around and like banging into things. It's not a big apartment. He's just like, oh no, oh gee, oh God, why did you? He takes it off. He's trying to wipe off his eyes, and he's like,
Oh my.
Why'd you do that? For I need help. I need a doctor. Dr. McDonald. Dr. McDonald.
Not that kind of doctor.
I know you don't leave your elevator that often, but when somebody asks you a question, you don't sit there and you invite them to dinner to your creepy apartment and like withhold answers after an awkward dinner party. What are these? And she starts kind of smacking dolls off the walls.
My God, no! Oh God! Oh,
Leans over to Million. Is she always like this?
My dolls! No, my dolls!
No.
You're like knocking dolls off the wall. He's like going to like
Okay.
stumble after them with soup coming down. He's like, "This is my good uniform. I can't bend over to pick them up. Somebody help me pick up the dolls."
I'm helping
is she
him pick
single?
up dolls.
No, she's married as far as I
To a
know.
doll. What do you
I'm
do?
sorry, Lonnie is just like this poor old man.
Yep.
We say
Role
poor man,
playing.
but you know he's probably
Role
horrible.
Hey, we don't want to make Lonnie a worse person. You're delightful, but making Mayday a worse person is awesome. Love
It's
it
hilarious.
every single time.
She's gonna see you guys like. Did someone say you're gonna help pick them up?
No.
He is
No.
currently crouching down on the ground, not blind, but blinded by Stu, and is like fumbling around looking for these dolls that you've tossed on the floor.
It kind of just lightly push him back, so he kind of
He falls
on his
over
butt.
entirely because he's a little old man.
This is gonna get me flagged for something. Just elder abuse.
Your reputation points in Rod Albin just went down.
The two of you who are
Guards will attack
outside
you on sight.
see Elmer Lozette dressed in a white tank top, undershirt, stand up from his lawn chair and sort of sway over in your direction with a cigarette in his hand. He is coming this way.
I am completely unaware, and I have already pushed him down, so I'm kind of making sure I'm standing over him and saying, "We have questions, you have answers. This can all be over the second that you just answer them, and we can get out from away from these creepy dolls that look way too realistic. How did you even manage that?"
I'm gonna stand like in the way of the door so Elmer can't see.
I'm
what's
gonna
going
go-
on in
I'm
Yeah.
there.
kind of screaming a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
go-
I think Elmer
I'm gonna
knows
go-
what's going on.
I'm gonna go intercept. I'm gonna go intercept Elmer.
He is wandering over and he says, "Oh my, it sounds like there's a bit of a kerfuffle going
Well-
on over there in
Kerfuffle?
Charlie's apartment."
Isn't there a kerfuffle in every apartment from the sound of it?
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's a very peaceful floor down here, and
How's the whole wife poisoning you thing going?
it's absurd. My wife wouldn't poison me. And he turns around and like sort of yells over. He says, "Isn't that right? Isn't that right, honey?" And she doesn't answer. She just sort of looks back, and she takes like this long drag off her cigarette. She's like, "Yeah, baby."
Okay, I gotta say, relieved to know that your wife is a person and not. But that's progress.
Of course she's a person. Of course she's right over there. Come on with me. I'll introduce you.
Why does everyone want me to meet their goddamn wife today?
Actually, Elmer, I've got a question for you.
We can walk as we talk. You just promise not to stab him, please.
I
Walking.
mostly promise as I walk along.
Mostly promise is a silly thing, right?
Well, I mean,
You
I say
like-
you have a 60% chance of not being stabbed.
Dexter follows them, but he like looks back and tries to make eye contact with Tommy, and is like,
Mhm.
"Control this.
Oh, fucking what?
Fix this. Shut the door at least."
Close the door. I'm trying to pick up dolls and put them back up on hangers and stuff.
So like it's at least a distraction for the time being. Dexter and Marianne. Marianne, what was the question you asked? Did you have a? Did I miss it?
Yeah. No, she didn't get to answer it because he deflected it.
Okay.
So-
So he leads you over there, and he's kind of fast talking in general, That's kind of his deal, and he sort of brings you over there, and he says, "Juliet, sweetheart, this is Dr. McDonald. This is Miss Johnson." And this
Hi.
morbidly huge woman in this chair looks up at you, and she's like, "You friends with my man?"
No.
No. Acquainted with him, though.
She looks after him and says, "You hear that, Elmer? Nobody's friends with you."
Oh, no. Don't be cruel. No. We are more like
Just not
friends.
us.
Can I interest either of you in a beverage?
No, I'm too frightened to be poisoned.
Oh, my. What
She
is
says,
the
"Did
beverage?
Elmer tell you how we met?"
Nope. But I feel like you're gonna tell me, huh?
Well,
Is it a good story?
could if you want. I don't know.
Actually, you know what story I would like to hear is the story of how to get to the ballroom.
Ballroom. Elmer, these folks aren't very polite. What ballroom are they talking about? And Elmer says, "Sure, I don't know." And he looks at Marianne and he says, "Oh, her working relationship has been strained as of late."
It's more strained if you'd be less strained if you tell me where the ballroom is and all the marionettes.
Oh, Miss Johnson, what reason would I have to share private information with someone not an employee when that person is proven to be violent? And he dabs his forehead.
Oh, maybe it's because if I end up being annoyed, I'm more violent.
I don't know.
No, don't feel like that. She takes her cigarette and puts it in the middle of his forehead.
Okay.
The woman seated in the chair next to him starts laughing.
I thought you'd like that.
See that,
I did-
you fool? Never lived up to my plans I had for you. There's a ballroom, she says. Make me the weirdest ever persuade check.
Do I get
See
any
if she'll
bonuses?
volunteer information. Plus 10?
What's that on it?
Because she likes it when you're cruel to her husband?
Yeah?
Nice lady.
Damn it, if I'm
With
off.
a plus 10, it's still a fumble.
Yeah.
We have one more hero point.
You guys okay with me using it?
Yeah, I could probably redeem another one. So,
Alright, y'all good?
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
Okay.
Wait, no, I can't. Fuck.
I think there's two. per
Last one.
stream.
Ever.
No, I don't have enough points.
One more higher. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Oh, that would have been beautiful.
It's
if
a
it worked.
failure instead of a fumble.
Well, better, I
She,
guess.
Yeah, it's not a fumble. Could have gone much worse. She looks at you. She says, "Nah, ain't nobody care about Elmer. Calling you violent. You're the violent one, Elmer." There's a stairway at the end of the hall. You take it down, past the laundry room. Keep going. You'll find it.
Thank you.
Ain't hard. And Elmer is like, oh God, oh my forehead. You stupid. He's talking to the woman there sitting next to him. You stupid bitch. Oh my God. And he starts like taking his handkerchief and trying to tend to it. He says, "You don't talk to me that way, boy." He's like, "I'm sorry, Juliet." And he runs back inside the apartment.
Anyways, thanks, Juliet.
She grunts.
Have a good day. I'll turn and start walking away and to Dexter be like, he said his wife, right?
At some points, yes. at others, I think different words were used. This is not something I want to read into too deeply. But hold on. Juliet, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dexter. I just hung up on. You said you had plans for Elmer?
The plans I had for Elmer.
Yeah.
She starts licking her lips in
Oh,
a
dear.
very
Okay.
generous way.
Ugh.
It's an interesting adjective to use in this situation.
Yeah,
And what plans were those?
I don't know. Better than a murderer working in a hotel. Been here,
A murderer.
I don't know how long. Yeah, I was just thinking, got me out of the carnival. We had to go
Elmer
on
got-
the road.
You out of a carnival?
Yeah, but see, the second time I met Elmer, I was
we're
working
getting
in
the
the
story
Blue
now.
Bond
Okay.
Carnival.
What was the
Well,
first
shit,
time?
kid, you don't want the story. Don't come around asking.
No. Hey, listen. I love a good tale. Please spin the yarn. Away you go.
Second time I met Elmer, I was working for the Blue Bonnet Carnival down in Louisiana. Elmer found me again, and I don't know. There was a carny. Knew what we were doing, so Elmer had to kill him.
What was the first time you met him?
She looks at you. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
16 years prior.
$16 years.
He was 16 the second time you met him, right?
Thought you were going downstairs.
Marianne, I think, was, but I was enraptured by your tale.
Maybe a persuade check, Dexter.
Yeah, it's absolute horseshit, but sure, yeah. I'm decent at that.
I'm assuming he was 16 years old.
There you go.
In response to the question and Dexter's flattery, she says, somewhere around there.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Has Elmer
thank
killed
you.
anyone else?
I don't know. Probably.
Have you killed anyone?
No, but I keep trying.
Oh, dearie me. I'll leave you alone now, Juliet, but I just have a somewhat strange question to ask you. Have you met me before down here?
Maybe. Lots of ways to get downstairs. Might have passed by while we was inside making love.
Alright, we can go now. That way? Stairwell? Great. Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Good luck killing him.
Back in the apartment without the incest.
You did warn us-
Theoretically. Just the creepy dolls.
I mean, you gave us the warning the last time.
You did. Yep.
You
Now we
never
know
what's
where.
gonna come out.
Here we have it.
I am currently standing over
Charlie.
Charlie, and I've somehow managed to, in my frenzy, and I don't think I remember doing this, but I have the puppet in my hand, or the doll in my hand that looks like my husband. And I have it poised in my hands as if I'm ready to snap it. And I'm asking him questions and bending it a little bit more if he tries to not answer.
He is prostrate on the ground, on his knees. Please, please, don't tell it that I work so hard on that when I call him Sam.
I know what you call him.
Well, answer anything you want. What do you want to know?
Because we already learned it. The other, like, would I learn anything else if I asked about the ballroom from Sam, Charlie?
What have you asked already? You've asked, like, where is it? People say downstairs, you know. He says, keep going down, you'll find it. He says, you'll see them soon. You know, he says, the ballroom is downstairs, past the laundry. You past the arboretum. There might be some other floors, I don't know. Sometimes there are and sometimes there not. You just keep going. It's the room with all of the dancing. Yeah, but please, you have to come back. I'll clean all of this up. You come back and we'll have stew again tomorrow.
I don't think I'm gonna do that, Charlie.
Please, what
Not
about
right
your
now.
friend? What about the fellow who looks like my Mr. March? What about you, Tommy, Mr. Fonetti?
Don't look at him. You're not
I'm
talking to him.
sorry.
You're talking to me.
I'm trying to put up the puppets. It's the dolls. I'm sorry. I'm not here.
What do you know about bottles? What have you heard? You literally work in an elevator. What have you heard of people talking in the elevators? What are the bottles? Where are they? How do we find them? What do we do with them?
Make me a persuasion at plus 20. As you're like are holding this doll hostage. Here it comes.
16 under 42.
This is a good time to use my villain point, right?
No,
This is a good one.
you gave me a plus 20. You wanted
Then
this
you should be able to
16.
do it again. I mean, you have to get under 62.
Why though?
42. Or wait,
Oh, under
Is it-
42. Yeah.
is
yeah,
it?
you're right.
no,
It's
wait.
adjusted. Is it usually
Yeah.
22 for you?
No, it's 42 and then so 62. Yeah.
Under 62.
Yeah, modifier.
No problem. Guaranteed.
But you clearly wanted
There's
me
no
to
way you
succeed.
can
You're
fail
sending
if
mixed
you reroll it.
signals.
If this
There is
doesn't-
so many ways
Cass
that
told,
you can
Cass
fail.
told me.
No, it's okay.
There you go, there you go.
I'm not mad anymore. I'm
Cass
not
told me
mad.
I have to use the points, and I listen to Cass because she scares me.
Because the true villain is the cat in all of us.
Oh no, not in a villain way. So, he says, "Look, please. Okay, all right. The bottles. Everyone talks about them. The bottles.
I want to hear it all.
There's in the basement somewhere a maze. I've never been inside. I know how to get to the front of it. I know
Alright.
other people who can take you.
I'm gonna need names.
Well, he doesn't have a name. He has a title. He's the sommelier. He can take you to your bottle, or any bottle you want to know. But I'm too scared to go inside. It is not a safe place. Things in there.
Luckily, we have more gall than
Monsters,
you do.
What?
We have more gall than you do. So we'll be okay.
Oh,
Continue.
No, I know you're very serious people. Oh, I know. You beat up an old man. You dump a stew on his head. You break his prized possessions.
I've seen
And
worse
then you
things
leave him
happen to
alone in
people
his
this
apartment.
place.
You're very serious people.
Oh, I haven't left you alone in your apartment yet.
But
What
you
tell
will.
me
Everyone
will
leaves
give
me
them good
alone. It's so
information.
sad for me.
I was getting information. We can figure out what
I'm
happens
so sorry for
afterwards.
doing this to you, Lonnie. I'm really pushing the Lonnie limits here. He says, the maze is the labyrinth is. There are more bottles in there than stars in the sky. But if you know how to look, you find. I don't know how, but
The
everyone.
sommelier knows.
Mr. Elmer, Miss Dorothy, Mr. Linz, he wanted to find it. Mr. Rourke, he is down there every day. Look, he took that boy down there. Your boy, the man who was asleep. He takes him down there.
There's somebody literally just walking one of my
Yes.
coworkers
No,
just down
no,
into the
no,
basement
he
every
is-
day?
The boy, the Nicky man, he's better now. They walk down together.
Okay, great. So now I know that they can survive with. What were they doing down there? What did they say they were looking for? What does Mr. Rourke want? What is he doing with Mystical
Of
Nicholas?
course,
and bringing him
you know
downstairs?
the answer is his bottle. He's looking
Right.
for his bottle.
What are the bottles? Do you have any idea?
The bottles hold it all. The bottles, the stories, they answer the questions, all of the questions you've ever had. They tell you what is most important for you to know, but he's not always happy. He's not always happy, Luz.
So like a prophecy, or is there something? Is there some part? How do we? Is every
don't-
single person? Do they have a bottle?
I don't. Everyone must, but I don't know. The sommelier, he knows how to find them. But you would have to find him. He is your neighbor.
On the 6th floor?
Yes, room 616.
Great, you can bring me to him, and I won't have to leave you alone after all.
You don't need me. You leave me here by myself to cry. You can go yourself. I tell you where he is.
Oh,
You go
the
after
elevators are
dark when the
the
night
elevators a
comes.
very dangerous thing for me to run by myself.
Yes, okay.
As I've been
I
told.
take you to the 6th floor, but let me clean and change it to my other uniform.
One more question before I let you do that.
Can you leave me alone, please? And then come back tomorrow.
What's the name? JL. What's the last name?
Mr.
JC
Linz.
Lynn.
Jason
Yeah.
Linz.
JC Linz.
JC Linz. Okay. That's why I probably couldn't think of it. What do you know about JC Linz? It seemed like you were kind of trying to avoid the
Mr.
question
Linz?
earlier.
Where's my book?
Your friend.
And
Your friend Dr. MacDonald. He must remember all this. He is the author.
right, and where is he and the book? Because nobody's seen them.
You're such a beautiful, funny lady, and your friend is so handsome. He is the
I'm not
author.
here for flattery.
Not of the book with Mr. MacDonald. He is the author of the play. I think that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Lonnie on edge.
Do I have to start next episode still being angry?
You have to be angry.
You have to.
You can start
Yeah,
next
yeah.
episode. Well, we can decide ahead of time. Do you want to proceed downstairs and get Asa Darabandi to help you find the bottle? Do you want to go upstairs and find this sommelier in 616? And
I mean,
have
I
them lead you to the bottle?
personally think the sommelier seems
It's
a
something
better
you can
option.
consider.
but it seems like we should all probably get together after learning all the information we've gotten from our respective rooms.
Probably
and-
good. And if you want to hand wave that, we can do it and let you guys jump to the next.
I'm
place
gonna
you are.
say sommelier because the sommelier can help you guys find your bottle too. Then, whereas Asa can only maybe
Well-
help us find the author.
Here's
Here's
the
a
old
question.
timey music.
Here's a question I have, based on what I know about the fact that Dexter was writing something with JC Linz, which is Dexter co-author of the goddamn play and doesn't know it?
So let's go around the circle and
Fuck!
Damn it!
Uh,
It's your fault. You did this.
we'll have
You're-
everyone check
We're
in.
gonna have to kill you over and over again in this place. You
Tell us
realize
where you
that,
are,
right?
what you got
Throw me
going
down
on,
an
where we
elevator
can
shaft.
find you. What's the last time you fell down an elevator shaft? And also, each of you, very important question. Do you come back tomorrow? Do you come back and have stew at my apartment in the basement?
No.
Look, hold on. I'm taking the floor here for just a moment here. Okay, look, Justin, great job. Well done. You made the creepy old man sympathetic, and you made Lonnie look like a monster for yelling at him and being mean to him. However, none of that changes. that I still hate that man so very, very much. Look, we've had a lot of fun here tonight, okay? We don't condone elder abuse here on this show. But that's a fictional man, and I want to throw him down an elevator shaft because he's fucking weird.
I'd like to take a moment before we go around. We can start with Colin, because Colin, you've got opinions.
Opinions?
Opinions. We can go around and check in. But first, because we probably won't see him together again, and because he's so delightful, I want to read what the text says about Guido Charlie Antonucci. And here's what it says. Oh shoot, where'd it go? No, I can't find it.
Poor timing.
Of course,
Lots of time
of
and
course.
space.
Where'd it go? Dang it.
Perfectly Lovecraftian.
Elevator, blah, 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 blah. The elevator is always operated by Guido Charlie Antonucci, an ancient man wearing an oversized bellhop outfit that pulls at his ankles and dangles below his wrists. He works the elevator with smooth precision. Charlie knows where everyone is staying, although he says little at first. Agents who engage with Charlie on a personal level are met with an unfortunate side effect. Charlie becomes their pal. He is overly friendly. He continually invites agents to his apartment for dinner.
Oh no.
He's a
You
curse.
did this to yourself.
He's a human leech, and
I tend
is
to avoid him.
has creepy dolls.
Do we think he's still gonna want to leech onto me after today?
Only one way
Possibly.
to find out, and that's by coming back next week. We've only got about 3 episodes left, I think, after tonight. I forget. But that's good, because we're getting close to these bottles. Although challenges lie ahead, so it's a good thing that Maltese is a big bag of guns. Let's go around. Colin, you got that big energy. What do you have going on? What's something that you can tell us? What's your reflection? My moment tonight. I just love having Mythic back, and eventually we're going to turn a corner and have you phase into Nicholas. We might have to do an episode where you jump back and forth between the 3 of them, including Liminal Jeff. But I don't know how we're going to work that out.
That's
I
really
believe
hard
in
with
you.
all the rings and all the
It will be
bracelets.
really hard. It will be really hard. But Colin, tonight you introduced canon to this world that people at the Hotel Broad Albert are really interested in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Everyone's talking about it all the time.
Everyone's talking about it. Even the people who like Elmer Lozette, who was born in 1901, they're really into the
I
Pirates,
love
of, the
Pirates of the Caribbean. Bootstrap Bill.
Colin?
Everybody loves Bootstrap Bill.
I love you, Bootstrap Colin.
Thanks, buddy. I don't got anything to plug. I got a court
I'm a
appearance
lawyer.
tomorrow, so yeah.
Go lawyer, go lawyer.
Got 2 of those going on tomorrow. So I got bullshit to deal with. I'm just gonna start like plugging just like random shit that. Okay, I'm gonna plug the book Mallarcoy by Alex Phoebe. It's the 2nd book in a trilogy that's
you
fucking
spell it?
wild. Mallarkoi. It's the 2nd book. The 1st book was called Mordu. The 3rd one's gonna be called Waterblack. It's not out yet. But you ever see like a book like, not quite David Foster Wallace level, but like a book that has like footnotes and endnotes, like a novel that has footnotes and endnotes?
Like one of them.
There's the 1st book, Mordu, is fantastic, and it has this whole thing in the back of endnotes that you don't have to read to follow the story. But if you do, there's a whole nother goddamn novel happening back there in the endnotes, and it's absolutely wild. Like the endnotes will tell you stuff about the world that you never would have found out otherwise, and it's fucking cool. It reminds me of this in a way because it's fantasy, but it's like really creepy ass dark fantasy, and just check it out. Alex
And-
Phoebe, great author.
Once more for the slow typers who had another window open. M-A...
Mallarkoi.
Yeah.
Mallarkoi. It's the name of a city in the world. The 1st book is called Mordew, Mordew, which, if you read the endnotes, you find out is actually just Paris, but nobody in the world knows that. And it's called Mordu because a bunch of wizards got together and literally murdered God. So the name of the city
Dieu,
became
French for God.
Mordieu, dead God. And it just turned into Mordu
Interesting.
over time. Yeah.
Delightful.
Wonderful.
I'm going to check that out. So thank you. This has been
Very
book
good.
recommendations with Colin.
Welcome to our book corner.
Um,
I'm banned
Jana.
from Mordu.
Jenna, you're amazing, and I think
So are
that
you.
today someone pointed out to me in a private DM about this show that you push the crazy so well, just as well as Colin, but in a different way, to show that Million's kind of fucked up.
Pretty fucked up.
And,
Hello.
and I feel like
Skosh.
every episode we're right up against the edge of you murdering somebody else, and I kind of love it. So thank you for that. What's going on? What are you promoting? How things do? Etc.
Alright, I'm gonna promote myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Cyberella Draws, and you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky as Cyberella Draws, and on Tumblr Sootchild, because I'm inconsistent. I'm also open for commissions, and I should draw something from tonight, because I at least, like, wrote shit down. So, like, there's some things I'm gonna draw this week. So if you check me out, I'll have those. Other than that, on Twitch, under Cyberella Draws, I have a chat and draw on Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern Time, and so that's pretty cool. And then otherwise, I'm here on Thursdays.
Yeah. I can't wait. We're gonna try to really finish this season out strong and do 3 weeks in.
I'm gonna murder more people. I mean, what?
Gonna murder and murder and murder, and it will be great. Fantastic. Lonnie, am I sorry? I don't know. Like, I think that I'm pushing your limits, and I think that's okay. Like, really stretching you to separate yourself from pity, because when it comes down to it, Charlie's a manipulator. He is desperate for human connection in an inhuman reality. And I think that what happened to Mayday today makes perfect sense. I think her reaction makes perfect sense. So I think that you played that excellently. Thank you for that. But also, I like Mayday applying for a job.
That was pretty great. That was a really great first move.
And hey, don't be surprised if Elmer comes to your door in the future with a bellhop uniform for you.
That's
You asked for
fine. I'll just maybe it'll fit Charlie better than it would fit.
No, he wouldn't give
the one that
Charlie a
he's
well-fitting
wearing right
uniform.
now.
Come on.
I can hope. I can maybe make it up to Charlie somehow.
That's no mistake. Elmer doesn't make mistakes, except, well, there's that one. So go ahead, Lonnie. What's going on with you? Where can we find you this Saturday?
How did you know this Saturday?
I know because I am your father. I am bad.
Whoa.
Yes, on Saturday. Very excited. Instead of Doc being my handler, Doc will be my dad, and Nikki Coyote Witch will be my mom, and I will be playing a lovely character named Snicker Sneena in Goblin Errands. I was named by my dad because I decided to have a character that had a pet ferret that climbs up my shoulder, and I named it Eehee because whenever it climbs up my shoulder, I go Eehee.
Isn't such
so
a nice
that's-
snicker for laughing.
So it is part of my lore that I probably was birthed into this world laughing. Which you'll just
And
have
you can talk to animals.
And I can talk to animals. So if any of that sounds fun or makes you go, huh?
Or makes
Come
you go,
see it
It's
on
Saturday.
Saturday,
It's Saturday at 3
one
Eastern, 2
or
Eastern?
1:30 is probably tech, so 2 Eastern, yeah.
2 Eastern will be
Yeah.
playing. Yeah. Here
Um,
on Lost Caravan.
Right here on Lost Caravan. More of me and
That
Doc.
one is
so
that game is
this is the very
not a horror
opposite
game.
of this. This is literally
There
like,
is no
also
murder,
the-
incest.
The book for this literally tells you to fill out your character sheet with crayon because you are making a cute little
Fuck
goblin
yeah.
character that just wants to like fit in with the world, but the world wasn't meant for them because it was meant for tall people. And I've been
I love that.
clearly ready to play it for so long because I literally just have the
It's-
book
we're
within
gonna have so
arm's
much fun.
reach.
I was gonna say
Um,
because you're short, but yeah,
Hey,
You know who's short? Charlie.
Technically,
Charles
5'5"
being
is
compacted
tall
by age.
in our world. Okay, I
Yes.
don't want to hear it.
Goblins.
In the Snina family, there is one child who's a monster at
5'6", and it's
5'6",
called tall. Yep.
and we named him Tall.
And I'm 5'5", so I'm the second tallest.
Okay, no more spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Save it for the
I'm just
stream.
very excited.
Lines, you have anything
yeah.
else to plug? Anything else coming up?
On Tuesday I'm probably getting fit for a brace for my knee because I apparently hurt
Okay.
it roller skating. So if
And is
anyone
that going to
wants
be live on Twitch?
It's not a problem.
Yeah,
That's just
where can
sad.
we'll,
Can we see
we'll
that?
figure it
On
out.
the socials.
I'll
Live-
post on my non-existent
Live-
Twitter.
live
about where
blog
you
it,
can
yeah.
find
Live
that.
stream it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure, 100%.
And then I'll be
Everything
back
is
for next
content.
weekend on Thursday.
Top Donum gets
For Delta
signed.
Green.
Let's
again.
go deeper into the whispered labyrinth. It's not safe. Okay, thank you, Lonnie. Appreciate you so much and appreciate your great role-playing today.
Pretty
Turk.
great. Pretty great.
In a way, a fireman kills an architect's dreams, in a sense, if you think about it.
That was such a good fucking line. That
was
was
so
such a good line. You made both Colin and Dexter McDonald go, huh. That was so good.
I hope you like your new Magnolia doll. What else do you have going on? Also look for Magnolia dolls in a store near you.
I mean, yeah, Magnolia and Mr. Marsh dolls.
We're just looking out for the merch rights for this show.
Merching.
I mean,
They
anyway.
made George Lucas all of his money. That's all I'm saying.
Dollars.
I'm waiting for Impossible Landscapes Ranch. Make the Hotel Brawl in real life.
Take
Can
a
we
second
just
to realize
talk a
what
little
you're
bit
talking about.
Can we talk a little
Like
for a second about
Skywalker Ranch.
Hydrocrit?
Hydrocrit.
We'll get there.
We'll get
We're not
there.
gonna talk about-
We're gonna get there. Okay, good.
Okay.
In that case, everybody, mostly I bounce between I am Turkic scented on the rotting corpse that once was social media. And if you want to follow me, then you should stick between Lost Caravan RPG, your channel right here, and of course also Neon Lights Roleplay, where I've been for a bit, and they're good folk over there too. So definitely shoot some eyes over that way. I will say normally every other Monday would have been this Monday for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, my high fantasy Greek mythology D&D campaign that I've been running for going on 3 years now, with a big break because, well, drama. But we will be taking Memorial Day off, so in the meantime, I think I give a fair shout out to the Awesome Lancer campaign here. I don't think it's called Duskgrave anymore, but it was the Duskgrave campaign that is continued there, and you should watch that on Monday. And then on that Tuesday immediately after, you should jump over to Neon Lights Roleplay, where we'll be doing a big premiere because we just recorded the last episode of Tears of Divinity, Fading Chronicle, which is the sequel to the award-nominated series of Frozen Rain. I always have to bring that up because it's hilarious to me. Anyway, so if you like Lancer, Monday, Tuesday, start on Lost Caravan, jump over to Neon Lights on Neon Lights Roleplay on Tuesday. Check us out. And a bunch of other shows across both channels, but of course, next big thing for me, in regards to the most immediate stuff you need to know, is on the 30th. I'll be right back here on your screen, being the only person with sanity above 50, I think.
I think that's mostly
I never read
correct.
I might be.
I heard
think I'm looking
33
right now.
from Mayday, so
Mhm.
I closed my thing, but I
Down
think
there.
I'm at 52.
It
Oh, thank
was 33.
it was 33 before the events that occurred. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, but
What
still.
the fuck is this Hydra? You put a Hydra crit thing in roll 20? What the
What?
shit is this?
Oh no, that's just that's just one of the graphics we have for it. So thank you everyone for being here tonight. This Saturday, come and watch us play Goblin Errands, and we'll be back next Thursday. I'm Doc Grimbo. On Tuesdays, I'm over on Jay Britton's channel. That's JAYBRITTON. We're playing Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages, which is really just goofy times, and it's a lot of fun. You should come by. It's on afternoons, but you can check out that through my own channel, Doc Grimbo, where I also stream Cowboy Dolls. One last time, I want to thank Lost Caravan, Epidemic Sound. I want to thank our friends over at Soul Muppet Publishing, and of course, Hydrocrit, for sponsoring tonight's stream. Remember, find yourself in a bottle. So, everyone stay tuned. We're going to do a little bit of a stream raid here. Turk?
Yeah, no, I don't.
And reality starts.
What is this button?